On to you, Libras. You have the 5 of Raphael, then you have the 2 of Raphael, and then you have the 8 of Raphael here. So these three cards right here for you represent how you Libras are very much so done with a particular person, the relationship that you may have with the person that you are trying to get to know. It started very quickly and it's ending. It's already on the downslide. It's already on the backslide because the 5 of Raphael is regret, right? The 5 of Raphael is regret. So it's like you Libras kind of regret this relationship or this interaction that you have had with this person. More than likely probably wasn't very long. If it was, excuse me, it's probably a relationship that you didn't really understand who they were until you started to get close to them. Because sometimes people in relationships really do pull a bait and switch. You could think that you know the person and then come to find out you actually don't know them at all. And what's happening here is you find out certain aspects only in the honeymoon phase and you go, this is great. And then what happens is you interact with a person and then you like, oh, right? You start to live with them or something like this. And it's like, oh, okay. Or maybe you get to know them for a couple of months, maybe a year or two. And then like you start to see some of the things that they do and you're like, nah, you can't deal with this. So this relationship is most definitely ending. 2 of Raphael, 8 of Raphael. The sun is setting in this picture or it's rising. But regardless of the who to what, you can't see the specific, you can only see their silhouette, but you can't see their specific features on this picture, the 2 of Raphael. And the reason for that is because regardless of if it's just rising or if it's setting, it's basically the same thing in principle. The fact is that it wasn't fully, the relationship wasn't actually fully mature until the relationship had to have been ended, right? It was cut short because of, people's shortcomings, right? And so the situation is that for you Libras, the 7 of Michael and the 10 of Gabriel right here, it represents how like you had to put boundaries. This person started to put boundaries to you and you Libras felt stuck. And it wasn't even a very long time. Either that or you known this person for a long time, but you didn't know this part of them that was like this. So one or two things. You either didn't know these people for a very long time, and it was basically like a very fast-paced kind of thing because you just now started to get to know them and they already putting embargoes, talking about what they don't want you to do and giving you problems and all this other type of goofy stuff. Or you Libras knew them for a long time, but you didn't see this part. And then now it's like you Libras are like, oh, this person is kind of giving me some heavy restrictions. Like, what is going on here, right? Or maybe you did see it, but it started to get worse. It started to get more intense. And so the 7 of Michael and the 10 of Gabriel right here represents it. Regardless, it got to a point where you Libras had to show them that you had self-respect, because the 7 of Michael, right, which is the equivalent to the 7 of Swords, it's basically like the two of you started putting up boundaries. They started putting up boundaries first, giving you an issue. And then out of self-respect, you Libra started putting up boundaries. Because now it's like, nah, I'm not gonna, allow you, you Libras are not gonna allow them to just do this, because is it really a relationship? It's a half-life of a relationship. And what I mean when I say a half-life, I mean it's a half a relationship. It's like technically the two of you are supposed to be together on paper, right? Based upon an agreement. But then it's like they got all these different restrictions about what they don't want you to do. And the thing is that the majority of the times, it doesn't even make any sense. It's not even valuable. It's not even valid reasons for them to put up all of these embargoes, what you can and can't do and all of that. And so you started to put up your own personal embargo, meaning boundaries, based upon you having self-respect. Like, nah, you can't do this, because if you abide by these boundaries, it's not even a relationship at that point. It's just you doing stuff for the sake of the other person. And so the 10 of Gabriel right here speaks to how, so again, you Libras had to walk away from that. And see, the thing is that the 4 of Michael, the 8 of Gabriel, and the 6 of Ariel represents, again, this serves a very important purpose to you, because this is about, again, you standing up for yourself in, oh wow, it's kind of light, but you standing up for yourself in these relationships, because because this is great, because this means that there is an improvement between the time spans that you Libras actually stand up for yourself. You've allowed too many things sometimes in the past to let certain things fly, and you've allowed certain things to fly in the past due to the fact that you Libras may have liked these people, right? And so maybe you gave some of these people an exception to the rule, and it would end up backfiring on you Libras. And so now you Libras are understanding to keep those standards, to not, to actually keep those standards, because you Libras are understanding that you're going to need standards. You're going to need standards moving into the coming years, right? Now and forever, because you're going to see, especially in the future, you're going to see a lot of people who didn't prepare for their finances, and they thought that they wanted to play games and BS and run around and do goofy stuff. You're going to get a lot of, hey, big head texts, and you have to learn to put standards up, because if you don't, a lot of you Libras understood that people will use you for whatever they want to, and then treat you like the Libra scales and then call it justice, but not actually. And then they mistreat you and treat you like trash or whatever. And so the 6 of Ariel represents, again, you're understanding the fine art of fair exchange. If they want you to be around, and, if you're going to choose to be around them, they do have to respect you. They do have to actually, be in a relationship with you. They do have to consider you. So many people want to be considered in relationships, but then they don't have that same level of consideration back. And it's like, this is why a lot of these relationships be so lame, because there's not a lot of good options. Especially if you are a good option, people will be trying to figure out why. The truth be told, a lot of people be playing stupid. They know why. The truth is, there's not a lot of good options. A lot of people, they get money, they become someone not that you're accustomed to. They get money, they start trying to use it to mistreat people. They get any kind of notoriety or celebrity, they start getting all lost and lost in their notoriety, their celebrity and all that. Like, it just get goofy. They start treating the people that like trash, the ones who've been there with them the whole time. And so a lot of you Libras are understanding the fine art of fairness, that, a person that you're going to date has to be fair-minded just as much as, they expect you to consider them. You Libras are understanding that they got to learn to consider you too. It can't just go one way, and then the two of you are supposed to be in a relationship. Nah, that's lame. That's weird. The 9 of Ariel and the King of Raphael speaks to how, so again, it's also, this speaks to how, like, you have things going on. So it's not like you Libras it's not even desperate. It's not like you Libras are low quality individuals because you lack standards, and that you'll accept anything just as long as a person doesn't leave you because you have abandonment issues. No, that's not what it is. And the 9 of Ariel represents, they better be ready to come on with it and actually bring something to a relationship that you want. Because a lot of you Libras are starting to wake up to understanding what you want and understanding what are not very good options. You know, like me, I don't want someone who has family already, offspring already. It's not anything personal, you know, and I hope people don't take it personally. But long term, I don't want someone who would take things personally. And the reason why I don't want them, sorry, the reason why I wouldn't want people to take things so personally in the first place is because of the fact that, or don't want people like that in the long run, is because I want my own stake. If I'm going to be with somebody, what is my benefit towards having a ready-made family? There is no real particular benefit, right? Unless I have my own offspring with them. But then some of them are in their older years, right? Some of them will be in their late 30s. They don't want to. Thus is the conundrum, right? And so the thing is that what I'm trying to say here is that those were some of the things that I would like to see. But, you know, you Libras are learning what you would like to see. And you're learning that, you know, what is the differences between good options and poor options for you. It's because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like, it's hard out here for, you thought I was gonna say the P word, but it's hard out here for a player. You know, it's hard out here for a person who is a good option, because you have a lot of poor options trying to, it's a couple of things. It's and this is a lot of game that I'm putting on y'all. It's a couple of things. Or I should say a lot of things, but the mentality is a few. It's either people trying to run to you because they know that they kind of behind the eight ball, and so they running to you due to the fact that they want you to kind of hurry up and take this deal because they know that they're behind on the eight ball. Then you have people who are kind of tired of their own poor decisions. So what happened is that they decide, okay, they're gonna just actually come clean and be in a relationship. Then you have people, right, who, like I said, they play like they're too cool, they're too good. Those are the elitist type of people, the people that upwardly mobile or think that they're upwardly mobile or want other people to think that they're upwardly mobile. And see, all of these different things create the scenario of, you know, poor options. It's not very good options, because why would you Libras decide to be with someone who their finances make them up? You know, they're not emotionally secure. They're not trying to be that. Celebrity and money goes to their head. Like, these are poor options. And when you, as a Libra, you're consistent, you're thorough, you're doing your thing, you don't have any little ones. Maybe you do, but people still want you because the benefit that you bring outweigh the fact that you may have, you know what I'm saying, an offspring or whatever. You feel me? A lot of these options are kind of lame, to be real with you. And the thing is that then you have the King of Raphael, which is about how, and it's not an emotional thing. It's a fact that you're looking for a good option, a person that is emotionally ready, financially ready. They can take care of themselves. They're not going to be a parasite to you. They're open for a relationship. You understand what I'm saying? They're open for those things, emotionally, mentally. They're open for these things. It's not just the, you know, mentally. It's not just the means of them just, hold on, wait, hold on. Then it's not just the means of you know, them just basically trying to get you to hurry up into a real. It's not that. And then they applying pressure, so now you feel like, oh, you gotta, nah. You Libras got to sit back and really wait to see. Let's clarify the last one, the King of Raphael. Me, I'm looking for somebody whom it's advantageous for me to be with. This nonsense about, oh, I gotta accept you because you have offspring. Look. I'm not knocking the single mothers, but I don't want that. not long term. Why? Because again, what particular benefit is that for me? And people don't want to say there is no particular benefit. Right. That's what I'm saying. Plus, all of the things that I never had in relationships that I should have had. I get to be selfish. I get to be that way because talking about me personally, there's so much relationship stuff that I missed out on being trying to be decent and stuff like this. And so you have the Three of Cups, the Ace of Swords, right? The Eight of Wands, the King of Wands, and then you have the Star card, right? So to clarify the King of Cups, which is the option that you're looking for versus the option that you're not, the Three of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Wands, you Libras being on your P's and Q's, paying attention to the type of quality that's out here. King of Wands, the Star card. You got people who are looking for you, but you Libras got to be very aware of what you're looking for because you'll have people who will give you options and the options is whack. What do you get in particular, right? Like you Libras got to make you Libras got to make choices that are particularly good for you. And I'm not saying good for you exclusively because that's not a Libra thing, right? Well, that's not justice more particularly. But you bring value to them, right? And they get something, but also you got to get something out of it too. Why should you Libras put up with people's terrible mentality, the way that they treat you? It's the same concept of when I talk about why would you put up with someone who's engaging with you Libras in a very disrespectful manner? Why are you putting up with that? What would be the particular benefit for you if you were to get into a relationship with them? It just doesn't make sense. You got to make, I'm going to get out of here, but you Libras got to make good decisions, good picks of options that make sense for you. If not, you got to dub that. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 21,900 and I don't know, 37. Smash the subscribe button. No, 47. Smash the subscribe button. Smash the like button. Hit the notification bell. Set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Also, too, please come through and get a personal reading from me if you found value in this reading or if you would like to. And also, if you spend $100 or more on my books, or right, or either way, the personal readings, right, at once, you can actually come back and get a 15-minute reading, tarot reading for free. So just wanted to give y'all something for absolutely free, by the way, for all the support that pretty much y'all been giving to me all the years. But that's it. Peace.